Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. And guess what? We're back at it again with another action figure review starring your mom. Oh, snap. Just kidding. So we have this Throwback Thursday, even though today is Friday. And this one is from Planet of the Apes. What? Planet of the Apes. And we have Attar. Attar. Now this one is from, I believe, the 1997 movie Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, which wasn't really a great movie. I mean, the makeup was pretty good. This was done in, it says 2001. This was done by Hasbro Toys, believe it or not. Yeah, it says 2001. Maybe it wasn't 1997. Maybe it did come out in 2001. Okay, I was way off. I don't know why I was thinking about 1997, but yeah, it came out in 2001, which is, it's 2019 right now if you're watching this video. So it came out 18 years ago. That's crazy. And it has, this gorilla actually talks, but being that it's 18 years old, it doesn't talk. It's supposed to talk. It's an electronic Attar. Now, for those who haven't seen this movie, the cast included, like I said, Mark Wahlberg, and then, what's his name? Paul Giamatti, who played Limbo. He was the orangutan. Tim Roth, who played Thade, if I'm saying his name correctly, and some other actors as well. I'm trying to remember her name, Helen Bonham Carter. I can't Bonham Carter or something like that. You've seen her in like Johnny Depp movies and Fight Club. They were all under heavy monkey makeup, gorilla makeup, monkey makeup. And the gentleman who played this guy is no longer with us, of course, Michael Clark Duncan, who played Attar. If you don't know who he is, he played in The Green Mile. And what else did he play in? He played in a lot of other things. Nothing's coming to mind right now. He played Kingpin and Daredevil. But he played in a lot of other things, but he tragically died some years ago. I think of a heart attack. But we got this guy right here. I've never owned any Planet of the Apes figures, none of the originals, none of the newer ones that came out, and I got these figures for a cheap price. And hey, if you can get a giant monkey for cheap, I suggest picking them up. So guys, without further ado, and he's still in his original box too, which I don't know if I'm going to keep or not. It depends on how well I can preserve this, but I'm just going to go ahead and pop this open and give this a review. And, you know, I like reviewing vintage old action figures that a lot of people passed up back in the day. Let's take him out. And being that this was by Hasbro, and like I said, I got him for a really, really good deal, I couldn't pass up on it. And yeah, I mean, he looks like an electronic talking monkey, like you think he would be. That's exactly what he is. So there's not much detail to this figure because he's an electronic, and you can see, I guess this is where the sound came out of his chest. So he's got quite a few twisty ties on him, but guess what? I got toenail clippers. Not from my toenails or not from my fingernails, even though they are long, even though I just cut these damn fingernails. Every time I do a toy review, I had the longest fingernails, and I brought this up on many occasions before where my fingernails, they grow so freaking quickly. And I said this before, I don't know if that's a good sign of health or a bad sign of health that my fingernails grow really fast. So let's cut this open. And it'll just take me not even a minute to cut this baby open. Okay, So let's pull out Attar. Let's give him a view and a review. Ugh. This is tangled up here. What is he tangled up on? Hold on 1 minute. There we go. Let's see what's tangled up on one of the twisty ties. Now, it's going to be hard to get this guy in camera view because he's so big. So, okay, I mean, it's not bad detail for, you know, the piece, you know, of this, oh, he's got twisty ties right here in the back as well. Let's see if we can get those off. You know, for his time, he's not bad, you know, being 18 years old. You know, I've seen worser sculpts on 18-year-old figures, so. Okay, so let's remove these. Man, they are on there. Why are they on there? Oh, okay, I see. They're kind of wedged in there. Okay, I gotcha. They were a little tied up. And man, he's got a lot of stuff on him, man. Take this off. A lot of string, a lot of twisty ties. Look at all these twisty ties I took off of him. So he was really in there, man. Okay, so let's see how I can review this guy and get him in the full picture because he is a big, big guy. So bear with me, guys. So here is Attar. I still can't get him in full view. There he goes. I just have to point my camera up. And I'm shooting this at a weird angle, too. Okay. So, let's check out his articulation and see what kind of articulation he has. So, his shoulder pads go upwards. You can get his arms to go out that much. He does have bend. And this is a really kind of hollow plastic for his arms and his body because he is electronic, so his legs are on swivel. No bend at the knee, no bend anywhere else on his legs. So he's just a giant armored gorilla. So Attar comes with this helmet right here. I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. If you guys are tuning in into this review and not fast forwarding, is that a word? to my rating, thank you. You can tell I'm not prepared for this review. Okay, and his helmet is rubber. Nice rubber, hard plastic. And then he comes with this sword, which I'm going to clip these off right here. So this should pop off, no problem. Oh, that's a nice sword too. Okay, so, whew, man, that was a pain in the butt. Okay, so let's put that off to the side. Let's take a look at his sword. There's his helmet. I'll show you what he looks like with his helmet coming up. There's his sword. That's a nice sword. It's, you know, made of a cheap plastic, but nonetheless, it's pretty nice. So this is what Attar, if I'm saying his name correctly, this is the close-up of Attar. This is his face. I mean, some nice detail in there. It's not bad. He does not have a head swivel, and there was his armor falling off. And his head is rubber, as you can see. Let me get his shoulder pad back. Okay. So let's put his shoulder pad back on here, and it just kind of clips on here like so. Nothing much to do it. Nothing to it but to do it. So yeah, overall, I mean, the detail is not bad for this figure. I mean, I don't know how much this guy cost when he first came out. My guesstimate probably, well, it came out in 2001. So I'm guessing he had to be like around 20, maybe 25 bucks, if that. He does have some nice weight to him. Most of his weight is kind of in his torso, his chest area, and his legs, and his boots. The bottom half seems to be more heavier than the top half, because this is rubber, this is hollow plastic. This is kind of more hollow, but it has some weight up here, and then as you go further down, his legs are not made of hollow. They're actually very solid legs. So his legs are made with a different material than his arms. His arms are hollow, and his legs are very solid piece of plastic. Listen, he's not a bad figure, guys. I mean, he's pretty cool, man. I mean, he's kind of a piece of, I don't want to say history because the movie wasn't that great. But overall, you know, he's a pretty cool piece to have in your collection. I mean, he is kind of growing on me. I'll have to admit he's growing on me. You know what Attar needs? He needs a cape. Right? I feel like Attar needs a cape. Let's put his helmet on, see how that looks. Oh yeah, okay. That looks pretty cool. The helmet is a little big. He kind of looks... he kind of looks... how can I say this without offending people? Kind of Nazi-ish. Like he's part of the Hitler squad with that helmet, man. I don't know if I'm liking that helmet. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I like that helmet. He looks better without the helmet. It's a nice helmet though, but for some reason when you put it on to Attar, it just doesn't look right. It looks too freaking big, man. Dude. Yeah, we'll leave the helmet off. So let's see how he looks. Let me bring my camera. I'm trying to get my camera to go up, shoot it upwards because he's so freaking big. So let's put his weapon in his hand. Let's see how he looks with his weapon. Okay, let's lay him down. So yeah, he looks really good with the blade, man. I like him like this. The helmet, not so much. I like him with the blade. That's a nice touch. Not too shabby. I like him, guys. Okay, let's measure him. Let's bring him over here. And let's put my camera right here. And let's measure him, because that's the only way I can get him in the focus. Because my table is so, it can only extend out so long. I should have shot it from the long way, my table. But I'm kind of in the process of moving. So I got a lot of stuff in my review zone. So my apologies. So let's take a tape measure to him. Let's see how big he is. So Attar stands at 12.5 inches, guys. 12.5 inches. That's how big Attar is. And he's a pretty nice piece, I have to admit, man. I mean, he's pretty decent. He's not too shabby. I mean, the work on him is not bad. I mean, from a movie that wasn't that great. And it's always cool to own a giant gorilla. It's always cool to have a giant gorilla in your collection. Overall, I think he's pretty nice. So I showed you he has a rubberized head. He has no swivel in his head. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this Attar? Do you guys like him? Okay, I don't know if there's ever been a review of this guy on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they have. I'm sure there hasn't been many reviews of this guy when he first came out. I'm going to give you my honest opinion, man. I mean, on camera, he doesn't look that great, but actually in person, he actually looks pretty good, man. I like the wear and tear of his armor. I like the silverness. I do wish there was a little bit more articulation. I do like the sword. I don't like the helmet. Overall, I think he's a pretty nice figure. What do you guys think? Okay, let me give you my rating on this figure. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, listen, I'm going to take in consideration that he is an 18-year-old figure. You know, there's some of my viewers out there that this figure is probably older than them. But, you know, for the time, I mean, he's not bad. I mean, it would have been nice if he talks. Maybe if I, you know, change out his batteries. His batteries might be corroded. So you got to remember, this is a talking figure, so he's not going to be as detailed, you know, as a figure that is not electronic. So you have to take that into consideration as well, which I'm taking into consideration. So I'm taking that into consideration, and also I'm taking in the fact that he is 18 years old. You're a teenager, buddy. Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, you know, I'll give him a 6.5, guys. I think the color overtones are kind of bland. It's nicely detailed. He does have the gray and the silver and the black and the tarnished kind of grayish blue, and it just kind of matches his face as well. It seems like they use the same face color as they did with his armor. So with that being said, guys, yeah, I give him a 6.5. I mean, do I recommend this figure? I mean, it's 18 years old. I mean, if you like giant gorillas, if you're a fan of, you know, King Kong or Godzilla, then you might like this figure. But, you know, for me, he's okay. You know, I mean, if you could find it for cheap, like under 10 bucks, then yeah, I suggest picking him up. But I don't think he's worth any more than that. I don't think he's worth like $20. I don't think he, you know, if you find this figure for $30, try to get it down to at least 15 bucks. Because I think that's what he's worth. I don't think he's really, you know, that great to where you have to spend a lot of money on this figure. And also, I'm spending a lot of time on this video talking about this figure. I'm about to hit the 18-minute mark, so if you guys are still with me, thanks. The blade is nice, the armor is nice, but I just wish there was a little bit more color to this Attar. So there you guys have it. That was my little review of this Attar. Let me know what you guys think of this figure. Do you like him? Do you plan on picking him up if you find him for cheap? Well, let me know your thoughts on this guy. So we'll leave it at that, guys. If you like this review, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to receive more cool, awesome reviews, nostalgic reviews, retro, vintage reviews like this. And there you guys have it. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!